Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Off the Beat. My name is Fabian and today we're talking about vocoders. How you can get that Daft Punk robotic style vocal that sounds like this. Now there's about 3 different ways that you can do it, ranging from beginner to advanced, which is more for you live players who like to record vocals and MIDI in live. So we're going to cover all 3 of them, and I've got a few extra tips for you at the very end, so be sure to keep watching until the end. Alright, let's get into the first one. Okay, so first up, let's have a listen to this original raw vocal. Man, that sounds real good. So in order to set up this vocoder, there's a few things we have to do first so it works. So let's duplicate the original track and rename this vocoder, and drag a vocoder from audio effects. It's right down the bottom. Drag it onto your vocoder track, and then we can come down to piano, and this is just a backing piano for the vocal. But what I want to do is I want to use these same chords from the piano to trigger this vocoder. So let's also duplicate this piano track and rename it source. And now we need a sound that's going to trigger those robotic vocals, and that is generally a sawtooth sound. So come over to Instruments, Wavetable, drag that onto your source track, and then change this waveform to the sawtooth. Now let's listen to this sawtooth by itself. That's going to be the tonality of our vocoder. So now if we click on the vocoder track, come down to carrier, select external, and then audio from source. Now before you play, have to make sure that the source track is disabled, and let's listen to this vocoder now. So what's happening is we have a source sound, and then we have the vocoder, and what the vocoder does is it blends a mixture of the vocal and the source sound together to create the love child. Now if you change the source sound and leave the vocal, you'll get a different sounding love child. So if we open up Wavetable and start changing this sound here, we will get different tones throughout that vocal effect. Now this can be used to add a lot of interest and excitement to your vocals. Okay, so the second way to do this, a more intermediate way to do this, is by playing in these MIDI notes live while you have this loop playing. So if we solo this loop, the vocoder loop, but we arm this source track, and let's get rid of this clip here. And now if we play this, you should hear nothing. But if we push keys at the same time, now I obviously suck at piano, so that's why I do option number 1. But you can take it one step further and you can even do vocals at the same time. So let's try that and see how much I can embarrass myself. I don't know what to do with my life. So in order to do that, all we have to do is arm this track as well, and you can arm 2 tracks by holding Control and then clicking both the tracks. And then we have to click in. So now we're taking this microphone input and we're going to be playing it at the same time. Start pushing buttons. I don't know what to do with my life. Alright, let me just play this one more time so I can redeem myself after that disgrace. Okay, so that is basically 3 separate ways how you can use a vocoder. One for beginners, well not, one for people who don't know how to play the piano, one for people that do know how to play the piano, and one for people that know how to sing and play the piano. If I could do that, I would for sure. Now, I promised you a few extra little tips in the intro. So the first one is a fast and easy way to find a melody, or a harmony rather, that goes behind your vocal chop. So right click and go convert harmony to new MIDI track. And as you can see, you have a MIDI track here with all of the MIDI notes, all of the notes that were played in your harmony. And then just go through and clean up some of these notes And then just copy that down onto your source track and you're good to go. So the next tip is doing the exact same thing, but for melodies. So right click on the vocal, convert harmony to new MIDI track once again, and then search through your MIDI track for a nice lead. Once you've found a nice lead, drag it onto your source track and then start adding some effects. So I hope you got some awesome value from this video and that it has helped you on your musical journey. Now, if it has, please hit that like and subscribe and the bell notification down the bottom, and that would really help me, help my algorithm really. So, all right, thanks for that, guys. I'll see you in the next one.